1, get some painter's plastic and drop it to the floor. Figure out where you're going to put it. You'll see later why this is important. Take some painter's tape and loop it over the edge of your plastic and pull it nice and tight and screw it to the ceiling. Make sure you make it all the way to the end of the video. I've got 4 extra bonus tips for you. And tip number 2, when you put the fans in, you're going to have a lot of air coming in, and what's going to happen to your plastic is all going to pull in. So you need to make sure it's tight all the way around. So use some excessive tape, what you think is going to be excessive, but once those fans turn on, it's not going to pull in and it's not going to interfere with the space you've created to paint all your projects. I like to fold the tape over on itself to pull the plastic back as tight as possible without pulling it off of the ceiling or off of the floor. As you can see here, I've got everything nice and tight and the fans are on. This was actually a learning point for me, because once I turned the fans on without all this tape, it was, oh my gosh, it looked like a giant bubble on the inside. It was just about touching where my panels were hanging. Tip number 3, when you get a box fan, there's some things that you need to pay attention to. I did not. I just got a couple cheap box fans and threw them in, and they were falling over because they will fall backwards. What I found in the box were these little plastic things. Unbeknownst to me, they are feet. And you break them apart and they sit just like this, and they get pushed in underneath the fan in the back side. I'll show you how they come apart. Pop this little thing off on top, pop it off on the bottom, and there you go. Missed that when I was opening the box. I was just too excited to get the fan down in there. And as you can see here in the instructions, it says clearly, for the back of the fan, slide the feet into the slots on the bottom of the metal housing until they snap into position. Definitely did not even notice that there was a big black line saying do not operate with feet missing. Tip number 4 is a completely overlooked tip from me. I was building this entire spray booth and had no idea I needed to even be concerned about this. It's where your hose is going to come in from your pump. And it also needs to have enough space so it doesn't hit the sides of your plastic and rip it. It happened to me, caught the side and basically took one entire side down while I was painting. Luckily it didn't touch anything, but as you can see here, I've got a pretty gaping hole, and that really shouldn't be that way. It needs another piece of plastic or something to cover any overspray from spraying out. And tip number 5. This one I should have paid attention to in the beginning, but I did not. Like I said, to plan out where you're putting your spray booth, I thought I had enough room to be able to squeeze by here with all my panels and projects. But as you can see here, it is really not a lot of room. So when you have a panel that's, a regular size, you can kind of squeeze in there. But if you've got it kind of tacky and you want to bring it inside to dry, if you hit, like you can see here, if you hit anything on the way out, it's messing up your project. All right, I've got a couple bonus tips for you. First one up is a suit. Make sure you wear one, because I'll show you what it looks like when you don't. But have a spot to hang it and dry it out. There's overspray all over it. Keep it off the floor. This is what it looks like when you don't wear it. You get messy, it gets everywhere, and then you get made fun of. Nice. Next up, use compressed air to blow your work off. Nobody likes dust in their project. Plus, keep the lights off in your garage. The bugs love lights and they'll land on your stuff when it's wet. Next up is drill holes in the ends of your panels so you can hang them. It works so much better than having them to lay flat, and you gotta wait till it dries and then flip, all that fun stuff. Finally, clean out the tip of your spray gun when you're done spraying and put it back in immediately. So the next time you pick up your spray gun to shoot, you're not having to worry about dried paint all up in your nozzle, causing all sorts of issues. All right, and that's it. I hope this has helped you think through some of the things you need to think about some things. Go build a spray booth. be cool. I can't talk anymore. Links to everything I've used is in the description below. Make sure to watch these videos. Subscribe. See you on the next one. Yeah, one of those. Click one.